Okay, welcome to part 1 of mission 8 of Dishonored 2. I know I said in the last mission that would probably take 3 videos, and I did it in 2. This time I think it really will be 3 videos, because there's a natural stopping point right before you reach the palace area, so that's probably where I'll stop today. Okay? Let's get started. Alright, you've eliminated most of Duke Luca Abel's key accomplices. Talk to your allies about the Duke before departing for the Grand Palace.
Duke Luca Abel tore down the original palace in Karnaca, his birthplace, in order to build a lavish structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. It's said to be a sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego and sense of princely entitlement. But whatever the Duke has done to his nation happened while I was Empress. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can you feel it? This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You should be at peace.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon.
Yeah, so in the very pleasant world of Dishonored, there is no heaven. It's when you die, the absolute best you can hope for is just non-existence. It's very pleasant. Okay, so here's our trophy case, and here are the last 2 trophies of the previous mission. Here's the silver graph, and you know, I can't tell. It looks ambiguous whether her arm is restored or not, so maybe it doesn't matter. But anyway, there's that, and then of course the trophy from Corvo's home there as well. Alright, travel log. Grand Palace. The Dust District. I can't find the words to describe the misery here and the grit in the air. I've been coughing for an hour straight and my mind feels cloudy. I got rid of Paolo, the leader of the Howlers. He brought only fear and trickery. He'll trouble the city no more. And that goes for Vice Overseer Liam Byrne as well. His intolerance, his personal ambition. Could any of us live up to the expectations the Overseers demand? Whoever ends up ruling over Karnaca, it won't be a gang of cutthroats, nor will it be the Abbey. Now I need to make sure it won't be Duke Luca Abel either. Delilah's secret. Today I saw the effects of the Void leaking into Aramis Stilton's house through cracks in reality. I was able to see the past and the present simultaneously. I learned a great deal looking into the night of the Duke's gathering 3 years past. I watched a seance that brought Delilah's spirit from the Void, where she was trapped, and into this world. I saw that spirit preserved in an effigy made of bone by the witch Brianna Ashworth. And that effigy holding Delilah's spirit was given to Duke Abel for safekeeping. Now I know why Delilah cannot be killed. As long as she's not whole, she'll remain immortal. Even the outsiders seemed worried. This is the information I've been seeking. Now I just have to turn it into a plan. Oh yeah, and the calendar. Sorry, these were from mission 6. This was from mission 7, the calendar. Sorry. They all blend together. Answer from Wyman. My Emily, your courier is only giving me scant minutes to write back before he leaves for your secret location. I'm in tears that he won't give me the location or take me along, but I trust you. I don't know if it's fair to be this angry with you, or if I should instead cry tears of joy knowing you're still alive. It seems that Morley is on the verge of going to war against Bristol, and the rumors from Dunwall are grim and strange. We've heard about soldiers made of metal, women commanding the trees, and whales gathering in the harbor, singing their songs in reverse. I hate the whole world for being between you and me while we should be holding hands. Please be safe, or I won't know what to do. Wyman. Yeah, so as I said before, Morley is always looking for an excuse to rise up and throw off Gristle. But in this case, Tivia seems likely to join them as well, which tells you how bad the situation really is.
I can't believe it's taken this long for someone to go after the Duke. Another aristocratic boss, living in a palace and sucking the marrow out of the same people who built it.
Yes, I regret my affiliation with the young Duke, but his father and I were close. It was my hope that Luca would eventually grow up and learn that his actions as ruler of Serkonos have very real consequences.
He could always count on the backing of Dunwall's finances and navy. Maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy respect for the people of Serkonos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Once the Duke falls, it's my hope that we can build something better here. Something more representative and inclusive.
Are you ready for this?
I've been inside a dozen castles and 100 mansions, and they're the same everywhere. The Duke's palace can't be anything worse than Lady Brisby's social afternoons.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Taking down Duke Abel is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah, I suspect that's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
I'll see what I can do. I know things in Karnaca are fragile, and I've got a lot to think about after all this is done.
Meet me at the skiff. It's likely that the palace is trashed. They say the Duke lives like a 12-year-old tyrant. If we make it all the way back to Dunwall, there are some things I need to tell you.
It's not widely known, but the Duke has a body double. The man is the spitting image of Luca. A likable fellow, and quite humble. I've no idea where they found him, but the Duke's double has spent years passing for the Duke. I suppose Luca always hoped his double would be there to take an assassin's bullet. Take care. I hope to see you again.
I don't know if they actually mention it in the game, but the body double's name is Armando. So something I just saw someone posted on Reddit. If you look at Stilton's outfit here, instead of a tie, he's wearing a piece of ore at his neck. I guess kind of a bolo tie type thing. Also on his jacket there, it looks like a piece of polished ore. Just thought that was interesting. There's the map.
I hope I've been of some help to you. It's good to feel useful here near the end of my time. Look at you. In a lifetime, how many monarchs have done half of what you have in a month? I hear the Duke's wine cellar is exquisite, if you happen to pass through. I remember telling you stories at the Hound Pit's pub so long ago. How you've changed.
Huh?
I wonder what Aramis Stilton can accomplish now that things are different. A gangster could never be trusted to run a city. Byrne wanted to be High Overseer. Duke Abel spared no expense on his new palace. It's tacky if you ask me.
I refuse to believe the Karnakan people cannot give more.
Empress Jessamine herself once offered me a suite at Dunwall Tower, complete with a laboratory, the finest apparatus in the Isles. I declined, of course. I'm not some conjurer from penny novels. Besides, I have a great fondness for my privacy, and my interests often find me coming and going in the odd hours of night. It's hard not to consider what might have been different had I plotted a different course through my early years. Was there something I might have said or done when Delilah was my apprentice that could have prevented all of this? Or is character a fixed star we must all follow in darkness?
Now we're going after the one who started it all. The Duke himself. I forgot the thrill of it. Planning drop-off points and picking the approach. Thinking about the best ways to kill somebody who lives behind high walls. But with the excitement, there's a black echo that comes back to me for what I did at Dunwall Tower. If anyone deserves killing, though, it's Duke Luca Abel. I've loved a number of women, and even a couple of men. But I've never loved anyone like my Deirdre. After I left home, those first years on the streets, she's all that kept me from the bottom of the river. I could sleep on a pile of garbage under a leaky awning as long as she was there with me. Sharing a tin of potted meat or a bottle of brandy that we nicked during the day. The Duke and his little brother came through Dunwall. And Deirdre and I got in their way as they stepped out of their fancy coach. The Duke goaded his brother, calling us wharf roaches. And it was the brother who swung the stick that killed her. Splitting her skull, there were wooden gazelles on top of the coach. And I snapped one off and drove it into his eye, as deep as it would go. Deirdre was already gone. Dead as a doornail. Lying in the muck, staring up at the gray Dunwall sky. On the run after that. I was hunted by the City Watch and even members of the Grand Guard up from Serkonos. People looked at me like I was cursed, spitting whenever I got close. Everyone knew I'd bring trouble. Even the gangs. The Duke's brother has been dead for a long time. But now's my chance to get back at Luca Abel for setting him off against pretty, young Deirdre. Nothing was the same for me after they took her away.
Okay, so this is the basically the same story that we read about in The Duchess in Green, from the POV of Duchess Callis. Same events, very different spin on it. What the heck is going on here? That's interesting. Pot's bubbling, but it's just sitting on a table. There's no whatever. Alright, nice night view. I wonder if that's the quarry where the Where the cultists are gathering. Alright, let's go.
Should we head toward the palace?
All right, let's go.
The Grand Palace. Self-serving and corrupt, Duke Luca Abel rules Serkonos and orchestrated the coup against you. Enter the Grand Palace to find and eliminate the Duke, who protects himself from assassins with a body double. You must also locate Delilah's spirit, the only means of counteracting her immortality.
At the palace, the Duke has a look-alike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abel.
It's remarkable that people tolerate the Duke.
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall, full of toadies sucking up to me, stabbing each other in the back.
Poor Empress. I could see those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept, in the flooded district.
I know you grew up hard, Megan. I used to wander Dunwall with my face hidden. But when I got tired of it, I could always go back to the tower. Karnaka's given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff. Sorry if I sound bitter. Don't turn your back on the Duke. After we leave Karnaka, there are some things we need to talk about. Things I feel remorse over. I know not everyone who lives in a great palace is a snake. But it's real easy to get accustomed to eating off silver plates. If you figure out which one is the Duke's double, you might want to see what he knows. You wouldn't believe it. But I could have ended the Duke a long, long time ago. Wish I had now. If something happens and you don't make it back, I might have a go at Duke Abel. When this is done, we leave Karnaka at once. I won't be sorry to leave this city. I've done all I can here. I've earned what I've got, even the scars. Especially the scars. Take care of yourself. We'll be there when you're ready.
A little bit of loot over here. Just some ore. But another nice view of the city. So obviously the kind of the palace architecture is meant to evoke Frank Lloyd Wright style buildings. I guess kind of, you know, Falling Water is the most famous one. But I think there's a document coming up that reveals that it's actually very shoddily built and it's probably going to collapse soon. So very graceful.
Stuff comes in. It's got to get where it's going. That's why they call it the black market. Can't just sit here. Too much chance a Grand Guard catches on to us, or maybe rightful owners coming to pick it up.
What's the delay getting it to the shop? Bet you afraid we'll get caught?
The guy that runs the shop is nervous. But if they just let us move it straight off the boat. Now, I got a friend over at the shop. Been running protection for black market shops for years here in Karnaca and over at Colorado. So there's basically no risk.
What's your friend's name?
That's a secret. These guys deal with me and nobody else. Job security.
Oh, hello.
Boy!
Alright, so it's locked now. But we'll come back later, and things will be a little bit different. Nope, nothing over here.
So hungry. Might be time to spring for fish cake. It's not funny. Just once, I'd like to see her buy the drinks. Just one time. Is that too much to ask?
Help me if you can. You don't belong here any more than I do. You're a good one. You know, there's a place near here, in some rocks behind a fountain. People have always left offerings there. That's where I started having those odd dreams. I don't go there anymore, but you might want to check it out. I used to have such visions. Dreams of black oceans and whales in the sky overhead. Sorcery, they said. They burned my books and they hit me in the head until there were no more visions. I used to live here a long time ago. Can you believe it? Was a songwriter, poet. See you sometime.
Clearly a statue maker's apartment, sculptor's apartment. Like these little places like this, there's no real gameplay reason to have them, but they just add to the lore.
Let's see what you've got.
These crooked cops.
See? See? I told you!
Silver Spike. Popular shops burglarized. What's the Empire coming to? You know, those shops we're not supposed to talk about. The ones we all depend on for the supplies that cannot be found in regular shops. At prices that seem steep until you realize that the Duke's tariffs make regular shops just as pricey. Yes, I'm talking about the black market. Even talking about this puts your Silver Spike editor at risk for even more time in our local jails. The matter at hand involves the robbery of several black market shops. Somehow, despite the protections of Paolo and the Howlers, some enterprising criminal or rival gang has outmaneuvered them. Maybe we were wrong to think Paolo could deliver on his big promises. It's getting harder to come by good contraband, and now prices are sure to go up.
Yes!
Damn it!
Now we're getting somewhere!
Okay, destined a month of songs. I think I already read that.
No, you bastard! By the void, give me luck! Be good to me.
Gate must remain closed. Remember to close the gate behind you after each delivery. If you need the code, speak to me directly or to Carlos Marletto at Winslow Safe Company next door. Ricardo Marletto. So we don't actually need the code because we can just kind of go around pretty easily, but we'll do it anyway.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Want to buy one?
Sure.
There's no such permit, Captain. I know the laws in Karnaca.
Laws change. The Duke's giving the Grand Guard leeway to create new fees when needed. You know who else had a nice shop? That clockmaker.
Serafina? Her shop burned down.
Yeah, my report said it was probably the Howlers. But no one knows how the fire started.
Captain, her brother died in that fire.
Asleep inside, drunk from what I remember. You've got until tomorrow to pay up.
I'm sure it's nothing. Someone just heard a dog bark or something. Of course, now we're all on edge.
Sorry, but that's not an area for customers.
Apartment Caesar, Mr. Marletto, on the authority of Duke Luca Bell, due to an urgent security matter regarding buildings with balconies overlooking Ravina Boulevard and the newly installed Wall of Light, you are hereby required to grant us access to your apartment indefinitely. We ask that you keep a spare key at your shop so that Grand Guard personnel have access to your apartment at all times. This action is necessary to prevent miscreants from bypassing the Wall of Light checkpoint. As Director of Winslow Safes, you will certainly understand our security concerns, and we trust there will be no questions or delay. P. Colgut, 4th Captain, Grand Serkonan Guard.
Please, that part of the shop is off limits.
Gate code. Dear brother, are you serious? How are you even able to run a safe and vault business if you can't even remember a simple 3-digit combination? I set the back alley gate code to your birthday and thought it was your wedding anniversary. I set it to your wedding anniversary and you thought it was grandmother's age. I set it to grandfather's age and you thought it was mother's street address. What kind of advice are you giving me to your customers for their combinations, I wonder? It's a miracle anybody in the city manages to open one of your safes again after locking them. Anyway, since you leave me no choice, here's the gate combination written in colored ink, which isn't cheap. 426. Bring the note with you when you come to my shop. I'll make sure it gets burned. And no, I won't leave the gate open. I can't risk having the curious peek inside at my little business. Ricardo.
It's funny to think about.
I'm not supposed to say so, but the Duke's cousin got his safes here. Who needs more than one safe, you might wonder? Well, in this world, either you don't need a safe, or you need several. That's how it is.
Alright, so I'm not sure. If I should do...
Never earned those medals.
Uh-oh.
Twice the soldier he is. Someone should say something.
See, I told you.
Hey, where do you...
Nice.
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
You bet.
Oops.
We're getting somewhere. Give Daddy what he wants.
Oh, no, no, you bastard.
Hey, open up. I got the code, but it's back on the boat.
No exceptions. Either you have the code, or I assume something's off. My boss's orders.
Damn, open this door.
You know I won't do this. You're wasting time.
Delivery code. Here's the combination for the Alley 426. Don't forget the password either, or I won't open the back door. Next time, dock your boat in a different place. You've started to attract unwanted attention. The Grand Guard have doubled their patrols since the Duke's last decree, so we got to be careful. Alright, if you have bend time at this point, be good to use it here, because once you trigger that interaction, or that scene, the clock starts ticking and the Grand Guard has attacked the boat, and they will soon be away with the
Huh? Who opened this door?
so you,
Damn it. I need to pee.
oh. It's not very elegant, but alright, so you want to make sure you pick these people up. If they fall into the water, they can actually drown in that little bit of water, so if you're going for no kills, you want to make sure to pick them up out of there.
Let's see what this says.
This whole setup is a huge pain in the ass. Timing windows that ignore the tides, fake boat manifests, and private door codes. Might be easier just to play it straight. Pick up and deliver goods. Anyway, so I don't forget it. The code for the black market shop is Zirconin wine is better than Tivian prisons. Idiots.
Alright.
People here aren't as keen on charity now that times are hard. See you sometime.
You bet. See, I told you.
Outsider's crooked
Not
cock.
this time.
Okay, so before we do this, come over here. Now, I was wrong in the last mission, or actually mission 6. So, I guess even though I didn't alert the shopkeeper, I guess that did count as having robbed the black market because I went in and I guess maybe I took something. So as a result of that, the musicians are not here. So like I said, if you're going for the Songs for Sarkonos achievement, you want to avoid robbing the black markets. And in fact, the Howlers have been alerted, you see there's one there, of my presence. So you now have Howlers kind of staking out the place. There's one. And the other. Let's see if I can. Okay. And there's some Howler dust you can use on this one if you want. I don't know if it's much better than... Well... Let's see what happens here.
I'll be damned.
Huh? Probably nothing, but... Alright, let me take a look around.
Oh, okay. Drew her out anyway. Ah!
Cut you in half.
We got the thief!
Time to die. I'm
Come back
cut
here!
you into
Finish
she
her!
won't go anywhere. I'll keep that scarf of yours.
Here, with me! I'll crush you!
Never works. Once again, our very deadly sleep dart. Well. I don't think I've had a non-lethal mission yet. Even though I'm trying for it. Okay, so... Go get our shrine back here.
Here you are, back among your own people. The palace-born, and those who curry their favor. Are you feeling more comfortable, Majesty? Are these the people you want running a quarter of your empire? No? It never seemed to bother you before. Maybe it looks different up close. Maybe here it's harder to ignore the way the people outside the palace get through the day. In any case, I know what you're after. The heart you carry can only hold one spirit at a time. So, if you want to walk out with a piece of Delilah, you better be ready to leave something behind.
Old Stolen Diary. Excerpt from the diary of a known heretic, seized before his execution. For most, the outsider is nothing but a child's tale meant to instill fear of that beyond the family, the community. When I was young, my mother and I were on the run, moving from one village or sea town to the next, camping in the woods for weeks, always with the cursed outsider at our backs. Overseers at our backs. At night, she told me of her dreams, of the empty place where the outsider whispered to her. With each visit, her craft grew until she could see through the eyes of moths and unlock a door or window latch from outside a house. I will find this empty place. Somehow the key to open the void will fall into my hands. In time, I will learn the secret, and he will call to me as he called to her. Call me a heretic for my studies, drag me into your cold stone cell, whip my flesh and put me on trial as an apostate. Burn my body to ash, but I will continue to seek the realm of which my mother spoke. It is my life's meaning. So this book also shows up in the first game in the Overseer Campbell mission, and that kind of secret room in the backyard. It appears again here. Old Charm Carver's writings. 10th of rain, I found a sailor dead in the street. Dragged her to an alley to check for loot. Don't know what killed her, but it wasn't thieves, since her pockets was full of coins and other things. The best was 2 nice pieces of whalebone. I made sure I soaked them good in her blood, just like my mother showed me when she had the black bone charm before me. 12th of rain. I took out the black charm and strung it around my neck, hanging between my paps. Started carving on one of them whalebones from the sailor, and it's eager for work. Too eager. So I speak to it, calm it. You gots be patient, I say. 13th of rain. Once that whalebone was still, I carved a curse around one side, then a sweet tempter on the other. Took me a good long time, too. It's my mother's black bone charm that makes it all work. Got warm to the touch and started to sing while I was working. This new bit of whalebone is sure special, strong. Fetch a good price from a street boss or smuggler. 15th of rain. My little charm is done. It'll make a gambler drunk with luck, walk away a winner every time. Though each night spent at the tables, the price is paid. Eyes going milky, bit by bit, till they're all boiled up like eggs. Okay. So now that we've taken care of the howlers out front, we can...
Circonan wine is better than Tivian prisons.
And better Crystolian clap than Morellian gout. All right.
Not much here, actually. Note from Petronilla. Allison, I'm taking some hagfish broth to my cousin who's been coughing badly for 2 days. If you need to spend the night here, you'll already have your own key, and you know you're always welcome. Please be a dear and don't put your muddy boots on the bed. I'll be back tomorrow morning with some pastries. Petronilla Witherspoon. Okay, so one of those howlers that I knocked out had this key. Let's see. Silver Spike. The outsider walks among us. I can't remember if I read this or not. I'll read it again anyway. Here at the Silver Spike, among our many offenses against the Duke's endless decrees, you can add another. Your dear editor counts among his friends several citizens well informed on occult matters. As such, I can share this with you. The outsider is not likely to be forgotten here in the southern capital. Many of the shrines built to honor him have been disturbed of late, as if recently visited. That figure of myth apparently walks among us, gathering up offerings. Some leave ruined carved tokens of bone in the abandoned corners of Karnaca, and others interested in such matter report that, yes, those tokens are gone a night later. Trust your senses. Do you not taste him in the withered, sickly crabs you boil for dinner? Can you hear his voice in the hum of bloodfly wings? What else could explain our current plight here in Karnaca? Murder in the streets and firing squads as a response. Such times! Believe me when I tell you, my fingers tremble as I scribble these truths, but I am willing to continue on for your benefit. Do not be seen reading this printing of the Silver Spike. Burn it as soon as you are done, and eat the very paper should you see an overseer approaching. Very dramatic. Ugh.
The overseers are still waging war against the Howlers in the Dust District, despite everything else going on.
What did I do? All the shit aside. This is the kind of luck I have. I'm a stone's throw from the Grand Palace, where I'd be surrounded by opulence. Why is there a...
Wait, I'll have a look over there. I'm hungry. Huh?
Oops. Well. Dowd and the Prebble of Lost Seasons. Alright, so Knife of Dunwall. I already read this in the first mission. But here is a letter from an admirer of Dowd. Dear Alfred, I received the book, a good find, but I must admit I have my doubts regarding the historical value of the work. The Knife of Dunwall, feeling remorse about killing the tyrant Jessamine? As I write, I'm staring at his portrait, and I suspect Dowd always knew destiny was guiding his hand, firm and unforgiving. Anyway, the book was an entertaining read, so thank you again. Keep sending me all the information you can find about this mysterious figure we both admire. Your friend, Claudio.
Stupid. I know all my letters, and then some. Entire shipment of whale oil tanks just gone. Taken right from under their noses. Idiots.
has got to give.
Maybe I should just work a double shift, so I don't have to listen to him tell me about how good it was under the Duke's father. So if I have to...
No one knows what's happened. Could be anything. I just gotta watch my own back.
No, if he eats...
Hey!
Oops.
Come on. Now's not the time for a nap.
Okay, I think that's all of them. I think there were 5 guards. Let's see. Hold to your friends, to your family and your nation. Do not forget these, nor trade them away for silver. Duke Cadmus Abel. We rise together with the same dawn. We feel the same wind on our faces. We fish the same ocean. Duke Theodanus Abel. Serkonos is a 1,000-fold families, interwoven with 1,000-fold more. Families reaching for one another across generations. Duchess Lysandra Abel. As the leader of my people, I judge my worth in the measure of full bellies and happy hearts. Duchess Malin Abel. Well, these are all very nice and inspiring. What's this one? When the sun is in my eyes, so are the people of Serkonos blinded. As I exhale, so do they breathe in my airs, and if I bleed, they run red. Duke Luca Abel. Yes, very inspiring.
I doubt I can help you, whatever you want. My parents were from Tivia, but I was born right here.
Pretty sure
Did I miss someone? I did.
I'll be
damned! You're fake. A body? Here? Huh? What? Guards! Someone!
I'll take that.
Leave me alone.
Grand Guard returns to Dust District. For the first time in several years, the Grand Zirconian Guard have resumed full policing operations in the Batista District, now commonly referred to as the Dust District. Though never officially confirmed, the Grand Guard has abandoned the district while a conflict played out between the Howler Gang and the local overseer presence. The two rivals wrought such violence and discord that the Grand Guard leadership felt it more prudent to enact a policy of containment. Now it appears the skirmishes between the two parties have ended with no clear victor, allowing the Grand Guard to resume their patrols. While the situation within the district is still murky, it seems that Paolo's Howlers have been left scattered and weakened, without a leader, while Vice Overseer Liam Byrne has gone missing, according to the Abbey.
lesson for this. Don't even know that. I can just go to the... yes.
Messy, messy. Clears off our streets. Read that. Note to Lucia Pastor's mother. Mother, please don't be angry and hear me out. I know it's you who's been coming to my apartment to straighten up. I'm sure you mean well, but please stop. Anyway, I've made it up my mind to move to the Dust District. That way I can be closer to those I'm helping. For other reasons too that I won't mention now, because of how it might upset you. Anyway, it's unlikely I'll ever return to the Palace District. I'll have someone sell my apartment here along with the furniture. I know this isn't what you wanted for me, but it's who I am. And don't waste any more of your time matchmaking. I do not wish to marry. None of this is meant to make you feel badly. Please try to understand. All my love, Lucia. Yeah, probably should have had somebody continue cleaning up. Let's see. Wrong one. Oh well. Okay, so we could go right to the palace from here, but there's one more apartment to look at. This is the same apartment seizure note that we saw last time. So this is Marletto's apartment. And we have his key, so we can go in. We have a safe. But what is the combination? And if we look at this picture, you can see in this picture the safe is combination is 1, 2, 3.
That's the stupidest combination I ever heard in my life.
Mystery Women Leave Conservatory. Read that. Bathing salts, bathing salts, bathing salts. In chloroform. More bathing salts. This guy has a bit of a problem, I'd say. And a bow charm under the pillow. Okay, that is the last thing before the palace. So I will stop there, and then the next video will be in the actual palace section. So go ahead and save, and that'll be it for this video. All right. Once again, thanks for watching.